What is up, fight fans? In today's video, Makhachev wins his second belt, but then right away, he comes under fire. Many people are not happy and they are calling his style boring.
Man, I heard the fight was just horrible. And I was like, I wouldn't say it was horrible.
So we're gonna find out if that really is the case.
However, there still holds.
Also, fans are buzzing after Topuria and Tsarukyan almost ran into each other at the UFC hotel. Plus, Belal and Garry crossed paths in Qatar. The UFC has also decided to give Aleksandre Topuria a real test. And then finally, Jake Paul says that he is going to knock out Anthony Joshua. But many people believe that this fight is scripted.
Your fights are rigged. Cap.
So let's get started. After Islam Makhachev's recent win over Jack Della Maddalena, many people started saying that Islam's victory was boring. There was too much wrestling, too much control, not enough strikes or attempts to finish the fight. People keep repeating the same argument. This is MMA. Different styles make fights. It's an old line, but it is still true. After the fight, Islam said the same thing that he always says. Everyone knows what he's going to do, but nobody can stop it. And honestly, that's not his problem. But let's be honest, yeah, Islam could have taken more risks, but look at what was on the line. A second UFC belt and his legacy. There was no reason to fight recklessly. And even then, Islam wasn't as safe as he could have been. People forget that he has 4 finishes in his last 6 title fights. Charles Oliveira, Alexander Volkanovski, Dustin Poirier. I mean, this happens all the time. Fans call Chimaev boring after he dominated Duplessis. They said the same about Merab Dvalishvili, even George St. Pierre. But history always remembers the wins, not the complaints. Demetrius Johnson believes that today's MMA audience does not appreciate greatness. When someone completely shuts down their opponent instead of praising the skill, fans call the fight boring.
How in MMA do we get to a point where, I feel like a lot of fans don't appreciate that? Like, it's mixed martial arts, right? Like, I'm even, I'm at the arena here in Tokyo with Michael, and Michael's like, man, I heard the fight was just horrible. And I was like, I wouldn't say it was horrible. I wasn't horrible. I was like, one guy just got dominated. Like, we're in this age of mixed martial arts where a guy absolutely dominates somebody. Everybody's like, the fight was horrible. It sucked. I understand, like you said, we want more, but you got to take it for what it is. And like, hey, that guy just way fucking better than another guy. Like, there's nothing he could do.
Even Fedor Emelianenko, the legend of Russian MMA and Sambo, said that Islam's victory was another win for Sambo itself.
Мне понравилось, что Ислам создал такие условия, что соперник было впечатление, что он не хочет драться, то есть он ничего не может ему противопоставить. То есть он его полностью контролировал и, создавалось впечатление, что он просто беспомощный такой в тех положениях, которые Ислам создавал, как будто он не хотел драться просто, не мог драться и не хотел. Это, конечно, заслуга Ислама.
Ali Abdelaziz gave his perspective on Islam Makhachev, saying that Islam still has several years left at the top because he is not showing any signs of slowing down.
I think Islam have 3-4 more years to compete on a very high level because he's not struggling. He's happy, he's healthy. He's not going there 30-40%. He's going there 80, 90, 100%, and he's actually enjoying doing this. The man doesn't get hit. You know what I'm saying? He have the best defense in UFC history. You understand? And he's good, man. He's good.
However, there still holds. There are still holes that you can see. If you watch that fight and you focus on the striking, there's obvious gaps that I will absolutely take advantage of. But when he grabs a hold of your leg, he's the best in the world. He's technically beautiful with his wrestling. He's smart. He's intelligent. He doesn't do silly things or make mistakes. He does the right thing every time. And he's a dangerous submission threat. However, I don't care for any of that.
Ian Garry also weighed in on a potential Islam versus Ilya super fight. He admits it is the biggest matchup in the sport, but believes the UFC might delay it because it could freeze 2 divisions.
Ilya versus Islam is the biggest fight the UFC can make, hands down, in my opinion. However, I don't know if the UFC want to do that, because then you slow down two divisions. I think when you've got the likes of Tsarukyan and Paddy and Gaethje, they need to have that belt competed at lightweight, and Ilya needs to defend that belt. Islam just won the belt and has to fight a welterweight. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. But it absolutely is the biggest fight in the sport you can make right now.
I've heard people say that JDM's boxing is better than Topuria, so I wasn't expecting for Islam striking to be as good as it was. I'm really impressed with Islam's striking. I think his fight style, he should have taken him down, right? And he should have taken him down a couple times, pieced him up on the ground. Then, like you said, had him worried about his takedown. Then just piece him up with his hands. That would make him such a bigger star, I think, right?
Yeah.
You know, because he did it. He did it a little bit. Like JDM was worried about his wrestling, so it changed his striking style. Now Islam can just pick him apart with his striking, and boom, like even a bigger star.
Meanwhile, Paddy Pimblett fired shots at Justin Gaethje for acting like he's owed a title shot. Paddy says nobody is owed anything.
You know, don't ever want to say a bad word about Justin Gaethje, because he's a legend, but he's doing interviews lately being a proper you know what I mean, saying like the UFC owe him and he deserves it and all that. No one's owed nothing, you know what I mean? You fight for it. And my last win, I beat someone in a better fashion who was a higher ranked opponent than he won in his last fight. So I know he's a legend and obviously he's done a lot for the company and all that, but you can't just demand a title shot. You know, me and Topuria's got the storyline built in. It's all there. It's half nice for me that he won the belt, even though I don't like him. I'd rather him not be a 2-division champ. It's better for me that he won the belt, because if Charles would have won, then I definitely would have had to fight someone else first. With Ilya having the belt, it's just the storyline's already set up. It's all ready to go. Exactly. So I don't understand why it's not announced and why it's not already made and written in a contract. But we'll see what happens over the next few weeks.
Sean O'Malley and Logan Paul discussed Paddy versus Ilya, agreeing that Ilya might be too much and calling him one of the best pound-for-pound fighters.
If he fights Ilya next, that's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be insane. Don't you think he gets torched?
He had the weight advantage though.
I mean, it's at 155. Ilya's like 5'5 and a half, 5'6". He's
good, bro.
He's probably pound for pound the best.
Yeah, he's pretty technical.
But him versus Paddy, anything could happen.
Foresee Ilya Topuria coming up to welterweight, potentially winning the title and staying and just defending against welterweights?
No.
No, we don't see that.
No.
You know, and he just growing into the lightweight division. And so we don't see that. Of course, it would be just for what? To make a humongous fight for the company, a big fight for the company. Yeah, but the thing is just for that. It's for the entertainment purpose of that fight happening. But in that case, what does Islam have to gain from that? Islam just put the work in and grew into this division and went out there and dominated the current champion. What does he gain from fighting Ilya Topuria, who was a featherweight, moved up to lightweight, and now moving up to welterweight? Really nothing to gain except all to lose. If something goes wrong and you lose, you lost to a featherweight. You know? So, listen, I think Ilya Topuria is extremely talented, and if they don't go with me and they go with him, I'm not, I don't want to say I won't be disappointed, but I'm not going to be upset.
There's one guy out there that's talking a lot of shit, and his name is Ilya Topuria. Is there any chance of that, Ali?
You win there, you haven't even defended your title once. You understand? Islam defended 4 times. Have a couple of fights. Islam will fight him, it's no problem. But in a way, why Islam, what Islam have benefit of beating Ilya Topuria, right? Is like almost not beating Belal. It's like, because Ilya Topuria is one of the greatest fighters right now, honestly. He's so good, honestly. But in a way, you're gonna be in a cage 20 pounds less than Islam. You understand? And create your own legacy. Build your own self. You're young, you're hungry, you're good. Make your money, run your contract out and get a new contract. You understand? And fight Islam for big prize money. Let Islam do his thing, you do your thing, and after that you guys fight. But in a way, I feel he's taking a page out of Connor's book. When big fights on, You get on Twitter and write, and you get attention. Earn your own attention.
Arman Tsarukyan praised Islam's UFC 322 performance, saying that it proved Islam is on another level.
Very good performance. I was shocked how he beat so easy Madalena. It says what's Islam level, you know. He's in different level right now. He's on his prime.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought that fight would be a lot closer.
And I don't know who can stop him right now.
Here we go. Wow, nice.
Okay.
Wow.
I like light watch.
In Dagestan, Magomedchenko Zainukov returned home and got the loudest cheer in the gym.
Ты же тебя выиграл, когда пояс, тебя не было здесь. Ребята, защиту пояса Усман, мы в прошлый раз его тоже не видели. Поздравить надо его официально. Рядом, человек. Иди сюда. Амру, который бой не сделал, но он тоже молодец. Народный 2 чемпиона без боя. И вот чемпион. Все. Поздравляю.
But tensions rose when Tsarukyan and Dan Hooker faced off. Hooker didn't like Arman putting his fist near his chin.
Yeah, he's standing right in front of me. He's a little fella, and then he extended his arm to my chin, and I thought it might hit at me. If I extend my arm, I'm going to knock your bloody socks off. I said, my arm's twice as long as yours. It's not even worth me putting my hand out for, mate.
Ilia Topuria is in Qatar to corner his brother Aleksandre, and he and Arman Tsarukyan almost crossed paths at the UFC hotel. Fans immediately started imagining some kind of tension between them, but Tsarukyan has already said that he has no problem with the champion.
У меня никаких проблем нет ни с кем. Ни с Ильей, ни с Хукером, ни с кем. Так что со всеми могу пересесть и поговорить.
Стал бы первым инициировать беседу или ждал бы?
Я со всеми поздороваюсь. Со всеми поздороваюсь. У меня никаких конфликтов с ними нету, чтобы мне враждовать или какие-то вопросы у меня есть к нему. Если у меня будут вопросы, точно я бы не ждал случайных встреч.
Belal Muhammad and Ian Garry crossed paths and shook hands ahead of their fight at UFC Qatar.
Good, chill. Good.
Enjoy your finish. Want to come say hello. How are you? So you good? You know there's no malintentions. It's a fight game. Have a great week. I'm going to prove to the entire UFC welterweight division that walking this planet right now, I am the best welterweight on this planet and nobody can stop me.
Now, Aleksandre Topuria is headed into a huge test. He faces dangerous knockout artist Bekzat Almakhan in Qatar. This is not an easy matchup. This is a trial by fire. Aleksandre Topuria has only fought once in the UFC, but the way that the promotion is treating him makes it clear they're already thinking big. Ahead of his second fight at UFC Qatar, the UFC made a rare move for a newcomer. It looks small on the surface, but usually it means they're planning something long-term. He's Ilia's brother, and the UFC clearly sees potential.
How are you? It's good to see you. You too.
My guy. You good? Okay.
Very well.
Yes. I see you well. How are you, sir?
Looking good, man.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Jake Paul knows exactly what he signed up for, and he understands that fighting Anthony Joshua will be the biggest and toughest challenge of his entire career. But even with all the pressure, he truly believes he can shock the world.
This is the biggest fight of my career. I'm walking into the lion's den. I'm doing something that no one else has ever done before. I, Jake Joseph Paul, will knock out, defeat, and embarrass Anthony Joshua Friday, December 19th, live on Netflix. My voice cracked, I'm still going through puberty. The biggest fight of 2025, USA versus UK. He's got the belts, the size, the history, but I have the balls. Be careful what you wish for. Jake versus Joshua, Judgment Day.
A viral video even showed his family shocked when he told them the fight was happening.
I'm fighting Anthony Joshua. Are you scared?
No, I'm terrified.
I'm fighting Anthony Joshua.
The heavyweight?
Yes, the big boy.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Are you for real?
I'm serious.
What's the world gonna say when he knocks his ass out? Because it's gonna happen.
I know it's gonna happen too. I'm fighting Anthony Joshua because I'm fucking him. What? I'm fighting Anthony Joshua because I'm him.
Holy shit, just let me take a second. Is this motherfucker out of
Dude, it's light work. Light work.
But many believe there's only one way Jake Paul can leave that Miami ring without a major concussion or some serious injuries. And that is if the fight is scripted. Obviously, Joshua is not going to take a fake knockout. He is too proud for that, and there's no way he'd be a part of a circus like that. But an agreement where Joshua doesn't throw full power? Now that might sound realistic. In a situation like this, Joshua wins comfortably on the scorecards and walks away with a massive payday of around $65 million. Jake Paul also wins in his own way. He survives 8 rounds against the heavyweight champion, creates huge buzz, and walks away with $92 million. The only people who lose are real boxing fans. Instead of a real heavyweight fight, they might get something more like a controlled showcase. And that would be a shame. But let's hope the fight is honest. Let's hope there is no gentleman's agreement. Because if this does go down for real, it might be one of the wildest nights boxing has seen in a long time.
Your fights are rigged.
Cap. People say that my fights are rigged, but then how come they're not millionaires by betting on me? If they know that they're rigged, then why don't they bet on me every single time? It's a federal crime, but...
Who's willing to go to jail for Jake Paul?
I don't even know. No. Big boy!
I just want to thank each and every one of you. We are well on our way to 100,000, so thank you very much in advance, and let's keep going.